Archangel Michael says, "Your appointed hour has drawn near, the moments you've quietly wept for, the nights you've pleaded with heaven to notice you, have now reached the edge of divine intervention. Jesus and I have come with great urgency, for your time of hiding in sorrow is over." This is not a warning of fear, it is a calling of destiny. We will visit you in the silence of night, because your life, precious soul, is about to unfold in ways beyond your understanding. Heaven is stirring. A great shift is unfolding in the spiritual realm, and it has your name written upon it. What once felt like a season of delay, denial, or detour has not been punishment, it was preparation. The tears you shed in secret were never forgotten. The prayers that trembled from your lips were heard even before they were finished. The weight you carried that no one else saw, heaven counted every ounce of it. And now, in this divine hour, your burdens are being lifted. Tonight, while the world slumbers, I will come near you. Not with swords or thunder, but with peace so gentle it will wrap around you like a blanket woven in God's own breath. Jesus will be beside me, not in grandeur, but in love. He will whisper truth into your weary spirit, and you will begin to feel again, believe again, breathe again. This is the hour where chains are broken not with noise, but with mercy. Do not mistake the silence for absence. Do not let the stillness deceive you. This is the sacred pause before the dawn breaks. This is the breath heaven takes before the song of breakthrough is sung over your life. Your name has been called in the courts of heaven, and the angels have been dispatched. Yes, beloved soul, you have been seen. There were moments when you wondered if you were forgotten. You stared at the ceiling in the dark, questioning your worth, your place, your future. But even then, especially then, Jesus was holding you tighter than ever. When your spirit was barely flickering, He shielded your light with His own hands. When your heart couldn't carry one more disappointment, He carried it for you. You've been walking through a valley, and it has felt so lonely. The people who were supposed to walk with you vanished. The comfort you once knew disappeared. You cried for answers but received only silence. And yet, look at you. Still standing. Still breathing. Still hoping, even if that hope feels small. That, dear one, is where the miracle begins, not in perfect faith, but in fragile faith that refuses to give up. Jesus is not ashamed of your doubt. He is not distant because of your pain. In fact, He is closer now than you can feel. He is drawing near with healing in His hands. He is not coming to scold you, He is coming to soothe you. Type 555 to receive miracles. To remind you who you are. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are His. There is a time marked in heaven's calendar, and that time is now. Everything you've endured, every loss, every heartbreak, every moment you thought you were finished, all of it is being turned into something sacred. What the enemy meant to destroy you, God is using to lift you. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. When night falls, listen with your heart. You may not hear thunder or see flashes of light, but you will feel a warmth within. That is my presence. That is Jesus speaking to your soul, reminding you that you are not alone. The winds will calm. The storm will pass. And you, gentle soul, will rise. Let go of the guilt you've carried. It was never yours to hold. Release the shame that clings like shadows. The past no longer defines you. The lies spoken over you are being broken. Your mind, once filled with confusion and fear, is being renewed with truth and peace. A new day is coming. But first, tonight, heaven will meet you. You may feel tired. You may feel like you don't have much left inside. That is why this moment is so holy. For when you reach the end of yourself, you reach the beginning of divine restoration. There is beauty being formed in the ashes. There is oil of joy being poured over your mourning. There is strength rising from your weakness. You were never meant to carry this alone. That is why Jesus is coming. That is why I, Michael, have been sent. Not to frighten, but to remind you, the war is already won. The battle you're facing is not yours to finish. Stand in stillness, for your deliverer is near. Archangel Michael says, as night deepens and the hush of heaven draws near, I want you to understand something very sacred. What is about to happen in your life is not coincidence. It is not by accident that these words are reaching you now. This is your divine appointment. This moment has been carefully prepared by God, who has watched you in every silent cry, in every step taken when you had no strength left. And now, the heavens are unfolding a plan that was hidden until this very hour. You were not forgotten in the waiting. You were being fashioned. Yes, the delays hurt. The detours broke your spirit more than once. But every step, even the ones taken in pain, were part of the pathway toward the promise. Your journey has been steep and at times bitter, but it was never meaningless. It was preparing the soil for what God is about to plant into your life. You see, heaven doesn't rush restoration. When God writes a story, He writes it with intention, with mercy, with love that goes deeper than any wound. Jesus Himself has stood beside you, quietly collecting your tears, never missing a single one. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. Type yes to affirm. You thought you were walking alone, but you were walking with the King. And soon, you will see it. There is something sacred that happens in the night. When the world is asleep and everything is quiet, God often whispers His greatest truths. That is why Jesus said, I will visit you at night. Not to scare you, but because in the stillness, your spirit is more open to receive. You're no longer distracted. You're no longer performing. You are simply you, vulnerable, weary, open, and that is where he meets you most gently. Tonight, you may feel a shift within. A strange calm. A warmth. Maybe even a soft cry from deep inside you. That is your soul beginning to awaken to the truth it always knew but was too afraid to believe, that you are deeply loved, and heaven has not abandoned you. Jesus is not walking toward you in judgment. He is running toward you with arms wide open. He does not see your flaws as failure. He sees your heart. He knows the reasons behind your silence, the pain behind your anger, the fear behind your hesitation. And still, he comes closer. This is what love looks like, not loud and demanding, but quiet, steady, and unfailing. The kind of love that stays when everyone else leaves. The kind of love that kneels beside your pain, not to shame you, but to lift you. The kind of love that trades his crown for a cross just to remind you, you are worth it. Tonight, as your eyes grow heavy, I ask you to let go. Let go of the guilt that weighs like iron. Let go of the comparisons that keep you feeling like you're not enough. Let go of the fear that your best days are behind you. Let go of the belief that God is distant from your struggle. He's not. He is here. Right now. And I, Michael, am standing guard around your soul, declaring that nothing formed against you shall remain. The chains that bound your mind are breaking. The shadows that haunted your nights are fleeing. The lies that told you you'd never rise again are being silenced by truth. And what is that truth? That you are chosen. You are called. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are His. This divine night visitation is not a dream, it is a turning point. The pain you've endured is not where your story ends. It's where the healing begins. There is a light rising over your darkness. A peace flooding your storm. A restoration reclaiming all that was lost. Even now, angels are encircling your life. They are touching the parts of you that have been numb for too long. The dreams you buried are being uncovered. The childlike wonder you lost is returning. The faith that flickered is being reignited. Jesus is breathing new life into what you thought was over. Type 777 if you walk by faith. So breathe deeply, gentle soul. You are safe now. You are wrapped in a love that will never loosen its grip on you. No matter what has happened. No matter who walked away. No matter how long it's been. Heaven has spoken, and the words are clear. It is time. Tonight, heaven touches earth in your very room. The whisper of God will echo in your heart long after the night ends. The warmth you feel is not your imagination, it's the presence of the one who never left. Archangel Michael says, "The hour has arrived where heaven leans in close and the veil between your pain and your promise begins to tear." The shift is no longer coming, it has already begun. What you are feeling, what you are sensing in the quiet stillness of your soul, is not coincidence. It is the evidence of God's hand rewriting your tomorrow, right here in the ashes of your yesterday. You have survived more than anyone knows. You've walked through valleys where the silence was louder than your prayers. You've smiled through storms that nearly crushed you. And though your heart has carried the weight of battles unseen by others, I need you to hear this now: Jesus never left you. Not even once. Every time you cried out into the night, heaven heard. Even when your words failed, your tears spoke volumes. And those cries, the ones you thought disappeared into the darkness, rose up like incense to the throne of the Most High. He collected each one, cherished each one, remembered each one. And now, He is responding. Tonight, something holy surrounds you. You may not see it, but heaven is closer than the air you breathe. You are being wrapped in divine compassion, held in the embrace of a love that is infinite, endless, and unshakable. This is not a moment of imagination, this is the fulfillment of God's tender mercy over your life. Do not be afraid of what is being stirred within you. The ache you feel, that trembling in your spirit, is not fear, it is awakening. It is the moment when your heart begins to remember who it truly is. A child of God. A bearer of light. A vessel of purpose. You were never meant to stay hidden in despair. You were meant to rise. The world may have labeled you as broken, forgotten, or unworthy. But heaven calls you beloved. Heaven calls you chosen. Heaven calls you home. There is no shame in feeling tired. There is no weakness in needing rest. Even the strongest hearts grow weary in the waiting. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brainwave and start attracting wealth right now. Type 333 to welcome blessings. But tonight, heaven brings you rest not just for your body, but for your soul. Lay down the weight of the world. Place it in the hands of the one who stretched his own hands wide for you. Jesus did not come for the perfect, he came for the weary, the hurting, the honest hearts who dare to believe in love again. He is with you now, right beside you, kneeling in the dust of your pain. He sees the fear in your eyes, the questions you've buried, the dreams you gave up on. And still, he stays. Still, he loves. Still, he calls you forward. You don't have to figure everything out. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need to do is let go, not of hope, but of the lie that told you you're alone in this. Because you never were.